Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel Proficiency Decoded. This channel helps in decoding the layers of knowledge with ease. Proficiency Decoded brings structured, thoughtful explanations to every topic.
Today, we are going to discuss about visa and the process of obtaining a visa. We would also be discussing about the amount of funds required as bank balance that needs to be displayed for obtaining a tourist visa to a Western or European country. I will start by explaining what is a visa. Then, I will elaborate on what are the different types of visa, followed by the process of obtaining a visa. And finally, funds required as bank balance for obtaining a tourist visa. A visa is an official document or endorsement placed in a passport that allows the holder to enter, stay, or leave a country for a specified period and purpose. It is issued by the destination country's embassy or consulate. Visas are typically required for international travel and vary in type based on the purpose, such as tourism, business, study, or work. Obtaining a visa often involves an application process, supporting documents, and sometimes an interview. The visa outlines conditions like duration of stay, number of entries allowed, and permitted activities. A tourist visa is an official permit that allows a person to enter a foreign country for leisure, sightseeing, or visiting friends and family, but not for work or study. It is usually issued for a short duration, typically ranging from a few days to several months. Applicants must show proof of return travel, accommodation, and sufficient funds to support their stay. Tourist visas may be single entry or multiple entry, depending on the country's policy. A student visa is a type of visa that allows a foreign national to live and study in another country for the duration of an approved academic program. To obtain it, applicants must have an admission letter from a recognized educational institution and provide proof of sufficient financial resources. Many countries also require evidence of language proficiency and health insurance. The visa is typically valid for the length of the course and may allow limited work hours during study. An employment visa is a permit that allows a foreign national to live and work in a country for a specific employer or job role. It is usually issued based on a job offer or contract from a registered company in the destination country. Applicants must submit proof of qualifications, work experience, and often a sponsorship or invitation letter from the employer. The visa is typically valid for the duration of the employment contract and may be extendable or lead to permanent residency in some countries. A business visa allows individuals to enter a foreign country temporarily for business-related activities such as attending meetings, conferences, negotiations, or exploring trade opportunities. It does not permit full-time employment or long-term work in the host country. Applicants typically need to show an invitation from a business contact, proof of their company or employment, and financial means to support their stay. The visa is usually valid for a short period and may allow single or multiple entries. A transit visa is a short-term visa that allows travelers to pass through a country en route to their final destination. It is typically required if you have a layover in a country and need to leave the airport or switch terminals. Transit visas are usually valid for a very limited time, ranging from a few hours to a few days. Not all countries require a transit visa, especially if you remain within the international transit area of the airport. An immigration visa allows a foreign national to enter and live permanently in another country, often with the goal of becoming a resident or citizen. It is typically granted based on family sponsorship, employment, refugee status, or investment opportunities. Applicants must meet strict eligibility criteria, including background checks, medical exams, and proof of financial stability or support. Once approved, holders can usually work, study, and access public services in the host country. The process of obtaining a visa can vary slightly from country to country. Some countries also provide the facility of visa-free entry or visa on arrival. Some countries provides the facility of e-visa as well. To obtain a visa, visit the official embassy or consulate website of the destination country. Identify the category of visa that is required. Review eligibility requirements, duration of stay, and required documents. Fill out the visa application form, which is available on the embassy or consulate website or predetermined authorized portals. Fill in details in the application form, such as passport information, purpose of travel, travel history, accommodation, and travel plan. Some applications need to be filled out online, while others support an offline mode, which is paper-based. The documents generally required alongside the visa application are valid passport, usually valid for 6 months beyond stay. Completed visa application form. Recent passport-size photographs. Bank statements. Travel itinerary, like flight bookings and hotel reservations. Invitation letter if visiting someone. Cover letter explaining the purpose of visit. Travel insurance. Visa fee payment receipt. Additionally, for students, they need to provide admission letter, fee receipts. For work visas, the person needs to provide the job offer letter, employer sponsorship. For a business visa, they need to produce a letter from the company and the host company. Make the payment for visa either online or at the embassy or visa center. The visa fees is non-refundable, even if the visa gets denied. Book an appointment at the visa application center or embassy and bring all the original documents and their relevant copies. Attend the scheduled interview. The interviewer can ask any questions related to your stay or yourself. They can also ask to view other relevant documents and ask you questions about that. The application along with the submitted documents are verified and processed. The processing time can vary. A Schengen visa is applicable to travel across 27 European countries with a single visa. Usually a Schengen visa takes around 20 days. A US visa may take a month and a UK visa may take around 15 or more days for processing depending upon the volume of applications. Some countries also provide the facility of express visa at an extra cost. Now let us focus on the bank balances that needs to be present for obtaining a tourist visa. So as discussed previously, to obtain a visa from India for travel to Western and European countries, many embassies require proof of sufficient funds to ensure the applicant can support themselves during their stay. This usually means showing a bank balance or bank statements for the past 3 to 6 months. A visa for UK requires a bank balance of around 3.5 lakh Indian rupees and requires a 3 to 6 months bank statement. A visa to US typically requires a bank balance of around 5 lakh Indian rupees and requires 3 to 6 months bank statement. A visa to Canada requires a bank balance of around 5 lakh Indian rupees and requires 3 to 6 months bank statement. A Schengen visa to Europe requires a bank balance of around 5,000 Indian rupees a day and requires 3 to 6 months bank statement. Hence, more the number of days of stay, the more is the bank balance required to be displayed. An Australia visa requires a bank balance of around 4 lakh Indian rupees and requires 3 to 6 months bank statement. A strong visa application usually shows higher bank balances, consistent income, and clear purpose of visit. The duration of stay significantly affects display of required funds in your accounts.
Thank you for your time and support. Please subscribe to my channel for such informative and explanatory videos on different topics.